Welcome to the Summer Catch-Up Readathon. For those of you unfamiliar, this is a readathon hosted by Bookish Bash, which I am a co-collaborator on. We are a group that hosts monthly bookish events, including readathons, read-alongs, and Instagram challenges. So if you're interested in any of that, links are all down below. But for this week, we are doing a readathon, and the whole idea is just what the title says, is to catch up on books you meant to read over the summer. So it's actually day 2 of the readathon because I didn't vlog anything yesterday, but I did read. So let me catch you up on what I've read so far, what I'm currently reading, all that good stuff. So going with the theme, I am catching up on a couple books that I am reading for a project with a friend. I also have a kind of movie, film, TV show, etc. reviewing YouTube channel. I will link for you guys all the links all around the video, all sorts of places. But I am doing a book to movie adaptation project with a friend. So the first book for that is No Country for Old Men by Cormac McCarthy. I actually finished this book yesterday. I've been reading it for like the past week. Interesting plot. I hated the writing style with an epic passion so much. It's one of those books that doesn't have quotation marks in dialogue, and I found it very hard to follow along in a lot of places because of that. Also, they would switch perspectives. There's a lot of different perspectives in this book. They would switch perspectives at the beginning of a chapter, and because there were no quotation marks or no so-and-so said blah, 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 you wouldn't know who was talking or what situation you were in or whatever for like the first couple paragraphs. It was very discombobulating. It took me out of the story a lot, bothered me. But I've started watching the movie. I'm halfway through the movie, watched the first hour of it last night, and I'm enjoying it much more than the book. So for full thoughts and otherwise, I'll share the video eventually when it goes up. Now, the second book for that book to movie adaptation project is The Club du Mât by Arturo Pérez-Reverte. Is that how you pronounce it? As I smack myself with my tassel. This is a book that was adapted into the movie called The Ninth Gate, which I believe stars Johnny Depp. So this follows a group of bibliophiles who are obsessed with Alexandre Dumas' The Three Musketeers, which I've been in love with for forever since the early 2000s movie, late 90s movie. I forget what year it came out, but it's delightful. Never read the book, so I decided to also listen to the audiobook while I read this. But anyways, bibliophiles obsessed with Three Musketeers. They found a piece of an old manuscript, like the original manuscript, and shenanigans ensue. I believe, yeah. Drawn into a swirling plot involving devil worship, occult practices, and swashbuckling daring do. So yeah, I believe there's some supernatural forces at work eventually. I'm not very far into it, so I haven't gotten to the real meat of it yet. But like I said, I'm also listening to The Three Musketeers on audiobook. I will have to show you guys my beautiful copy of that book because it's like it's pretty much my only really nice old leather-bound book that I found at an old bookstore years ago, and I love it with all my heart, but I've never read it. So doing it on audiobook, it's easier for me to get through, and I'm really enjoying it so far, so I'll have more thoughts as I go and when I finish it. But that's a very long, like almost 4-minute wrap-up intro on this week, but I had to catch you guys up on everything that happened yesterday because I didn't vlog yesterday, so. Anyways, it's Tuesday. Don't know if I mentioned that. I mentioned that it was the second day of the readathon, but it's Tuesday, so I will read more later and probably update you guys when I do. Hello, I come to provide updates and snacks. I'm reading more of Club Dumas. I actually ended up coming home a little early from work because my uterus is destroying me, so I figured I'd use it as some time to read. So, the main character in this is very objectifying of women, the best. So he's like having this interaction with this woman and just keeps describing her figure in like very detailed ways and like making comparisons. Anyways, I thought this comment was hilarious in its sexistness. It was, of course that didn't mean anything. Centuries of makeup that can be smudged by emotion have taught women to control their feelings. I don't know about you, but wearing makeup doesn't change my feelings. But maybe that's just me. Something else very odd and interesting about this book is that expressions keep getting compared to rabbits. expressions. Like, there's been multiple references of someone looking like a helpless rabbit or a innocent rabbit, or I don't even remember what the other ones are. But it's only been like 15 pages and it's been referenced like 3 or 4 times, and I don't get it. It's very strange. Hello, it's been a few hours. I'm on page like 150 of the Club Dumas, and something I found interesting is they mention in here that it's a character talking to our main character who's a Spaniard. He says, "You Spaniards have a story about a bookseller in Barcelona who committed murder." Is that not Shadow of the Wind? Which I have read a bit of and then I couldn't get into it, so I put it down, but eventually I will return to it. That's so funny because this cover reminds me of Shadow of the Wind, and also just some of the way like the writing is and the subject matter. And then it's mentioned in this book. How weird. Full circle. Hello, friends. It is Wednesday. It's day 3 of the readathon, day 2 of vlogging. I'm actually dying of cramps. So I stayed home today from work, so I have a lot of time to read, which is nice. I'm also running sprints over on the Bookish Bash Twitter, so if you are ever joining us for readathons, follow us on Twitter for sprints. But I've been reading more of Club Dumas. It's very intriguing. There's a lot of mystery happening. I'm interested. I'm 192 pages in, so my goal is to read for at least 2 more hours today total. I have like a little timer thing on my phone to keep track of how many hours I've read. Yeah, so that's the update. Small child is over there, if you can see his little, I can't point, his little ears in his little bed. He's just hanging out with me. He sleeps all day, as most cats do. But so yeah, I'll update you guys later if anything crazy comes about. I think I mentioned yesterday in my clip that the author keeps referring to different expressions as rabbits, like scared rabbits and excited rabbits and stuff like this. They also keep comparing like one of the main characters to a wolf. It's happening quite often. I don't get it. But that's it. That's the update. Hello, and apologies for the horrible lighting. It's now 9 o'clock. It's been a long day of sitting around doing nothing because my uterus hates me. So I've done a lot of reading, done a lot of playing Sims. I just got done doing this acupuncture mat thing that I've been trying to use more consistently because it helps with like back pain and like digestion and stuff for me personally. If you're interested in stuff like that, I recommend doing your own research, but you can get these off of Amazon for like 40 bucks. Do recommend if it's something you think would help you. So I've been doing that while I do like a meditation thing in the evening. So I did like a 10-minute headspace meditation while I laid on it, and then I just laid on it for another 10 minutes. So my whole back is all patterned with spikes. But I'm gonna continue to relax before bed. We'll probably do a little bit more reading, but besides that, I probably won't check back in tonight, so I will check in with you guys tomorrow. I lied about not checking in. The rabbit comparisons continue. Like, what? At last he smiled cautiously, like a rabbit playing blackjack about to ask for another card. What? Rabbits don't play blackjack, and they don't ask for I don't understand, and it's like every couple of pages. Hello, it's Thursday. It is day 4 of the readathon. I'm very comfy already. It's the evening. It's like 5:30. Had work today. All that snazzy adult things. Don't mind the bra hanging out. I am still reading Club Dumas. Dumas, not Dumas. I know I've said it both ways in this vlog. Don't come at me. I'm hoping to finish this tonight. That might be an ambitious goal. We'll see. I'm on page 250, and I think there's like 370-ish. Hold on. 362 pages. So 100 pages left. We'll see. My husband actually gets off at a reasonable time tonight, which I'm very excited about. He's been getting off at like 9:30, 10 p.m. most nights the past 2 weeks, and it makes me very sad. So I might choose to spend more time with him this evening instead of reading. We'll see. I am going to pick up some books from the library later because I am also participating in Thriller-a-thon this month, so I have books to pick up for that. Hopefully a TBR video will be going up after this vlog. Keep an eye out. if I can get my YouTube shit together, which is questionable. Also, I took the cutest video of my cat a second ago. It's International Cat Day. Happy International Cat Day, kid. Hello. Hello. And he tried to climb under my book earlier, so insert clip. Oh, I have hiccups, excuse me. This is too cute not to film. You can't fit under there. Oh, goodbye. As usual with weeknights, I am boring. I have a job, I go to my job, I come home and recover from said job. Bye. But yeah, I'm gonna read more. We'll see how much. We'll possibly update you later. Don't worry, there are more wolf comparisons. Rabbits and wolves, man. This time he was sniffing the air like a wolf sensing danger. I'm finding this book to be very problematic. It's very clearly written by a man in lots of ways. The way women are described in this, I think I'd already mentioned it earlier, but like they're described in excruciatingly objective detail so much. Like there's nowhere near that level of detail on like the male characters. And then this dude ends up sleeping with this really young girl, like 18, and he like can't get it up at first, and there's a whole like 3-page section comparing to his struggle to like a battlefield. It's really odd. And then he finally is able to get it up later when she's sleeping and proceeds to sleep with her while she's sleeping, and she ends up waking up obviously partway through it and seems receptive to it, but that's super icky. Don't have sex with people when they're sleeping because they have an inability to give consent. I don't like it. Also, he's getting ready to go out and do something, and he put on his glasses as if arming himself, a mean wolf off to hunt. It's many hours later and I clearly have a face mask on. Husband is here. Say hello, husband.
What up?
I've been filling him in on the rabbit and wolf things in here, and I've come across another one. He smiled like a tired wolf. Hello! I have an update for you, not in crappy lighting. It is Friday, it's day 5 of the Readathon, and I am almost done with Club Dumas. I have like 30 pages left. I was gonna quit at like page 300 last night, and the villain started monologuing, and there were some reveals and things, so I just could not stop. But I'm intrigued with where the ending is going. So we'll see how it goes. I should finish this today and then move on to another book that I've been in the middle of for a long time, which I will talk about if I get to it today. We'll see how much I read today. It's Friday. I don't really know what my plans are yet this evening, but hopefully reading is part of it. But I have to go back to work. I'm home for lunch. I have to go grind out the 9 to 5 a little bit more, and then I will update you guys with stuff later. Alright, buttercups. Let's talk about this book. I'm gonna try to stay non-spoilery. They had me there a little bit at the end, but overall I did not super enjoy this. I enjoyed parts of it and bits of it, but so the whole concept of this is that it kind of parallels the Three Musketeers down to characters. Characters are kind of playing out the same plots as characters in the Three Musketeers, etc., which I thought would be a fun little subtle play. But it wasn't subtle. Like, it blatantly tells you in this book, like, so-and-so, just like Athos, or just like Lady de Winter, like, everything was handed to you as a reader, which I don't particularly like. With that being said, I didn't find it to be very similar to the plot of Three Musketeers. Like, it kept telling me it was, and it kind of was in a couple spots, but not really. I don't like the gross comparisons of women's bodies to certain things. There is a very young character in this that the main character ends up sleeping with, and he, especially towards the end, keeps referring to like movements she's making or habits that she has and comparing them to children. I'm like, in one breath you're saying she's sexy, but also that she's like a small child. It's creepy. I don't like it. What else? The ending. was crap, in my opinion. So you essentially have these two plot lines going on throughout this entire book, and they kind of end up weaving together a bit, but they're pretty separate plot lines. And I found them to be confusing when you were going between the two of them. It wasn't very clearly defined what was going on, which I get that's part of the mystery. But I just feel like you could have done with one or the other and not both, which I've seen other people's reviews say that, and I agree with that. One of the plot lines had a really interesting ending, and then the other plot line did not. I was promised so many interesting, creepy things, and interesting, creepy things did not happen. This reminds me a lot of The Secret History by Donna Tartt. If you've read that, you might like this. It also reminds me of, oh God, what was the other one? Night Film. If you like Night Film and you like the way that that story is written and kind of how it plays out, very similar. And I didn't like Night Film. But I know a lot of people do like Night Film. So if you do, you could give this a try. So now I'm probably going to watch the movie maybe tonight, if my husband is up for it, which the movie is called The Ninth Gate with Johnny Depp. So we'll see. I've heard the movie's not very good, but the book wasn't very good either, IMO. I don't know. I feel like there are bits of it that are very well written, and there's a lot of really good quotes in this. Like, I think this author has a lot of potential. I just feel like it didn't go where I wanted it to go. And maybe that's just a personal preference thing, but I don't know. Ultimately, was kind of disappointed for how much I got involved in the story. Towards the middle, that the end was just kind of bleh. So that's that on that. So I guess I'll move on to another book later. We'll see. I don't really feel like reading right now. Honestly, I tend not to like finish a book and immediately jump into another book. I like need a break. So I think I might play with my Sims for a little bit, because that's what I feel like doing. It's Friday, so chillin' sounds good. But that's the update on the Club Dumas, which I keep calling the Club Dumas. I know, it's Club Dumas. I know how to pronounce Alexander Dumas. Okay, bye. Hello, it's Saturday. It's day 6 of the Readathon. We're very bright right now because we bought a new TV. Hold on, I'll show you. It'll look like nothing to you because this is so bright you can't see anything else in the room. But we upgraded from a teeny 40-inch TV to a new 4K 65-inch TV. That's very bright. Excited because now I can play video games from the couch instead of putting a chair in the middle of the room because I could not previously see. Also, the loading screen changed, so now my lighting isn't as good. Updates though. I've read some of a book. I read a little bit more of Red Mars, which I've been reading since like November. It's taking me forever to get through it because I keep putting it down to pick up other things. We did end up watching The Ninth Gate last night. How'd you feel about it?
His booty.
I don't know. My phone won't focus.
Why am I
now.
blurry?
I fixed it.
I'm the blur, the great blur. And it was boring. It was weird.
Bad.
It was dumb.
So it's based on the book called The Club Dumas, right? They took out all references to Alexander Dumas and the Three Musketeers, and that's literally half the plot. I'm so upset my phone won't focus. So it was stupid. Also, Roman Polanski can die. He's the worst. And
Did he die?
Did he? I don't think so.
One can only hope.
The man, if you're interested, Google him. He's not a good person. And he directed that movie, co-wrote, he did all the things.
It's a bad movie.
His wife is like one of the main characters, so.
The cinematography, Garbo.
The cinematography was so bad. So bad.
Story, bad. Adapted screenplay, get the fuck out of here.
So what we've been up to today, which you probably saw some clips from already, we went and got the car washed. We went to Rotating Sushi, which if you've never been to a rotating sushi bar, I do recommend. Super fun. And then we went and bought a new TV because we ordered a new TV from a store 3 months ago? 2 months ago. Almost 3 months ago. And they keep telling us that it keeps getting pushed out, pushed out, pushed out. So we caved and went and bought it from another store. So we're going to cancel our other order. And it's delightful. I'm very excited. But it's Saturday, so we're doing date day / date night. So we're going to go check out a new bar tap room thing later tonight. My phone still won't focus. So maybe I'll get clips of that and share what beers we're having. I probably won't read much today, TBH.
You're going to read so much.
No. So that's the Saturday update. My phone can't focus in this lighting. We'll update you later. Hello, it's Sunday.
Woo!
No reading has happened. It's 1 o'clock and we're going to go see Scary Movies to Tell in the Dark. Is that what it's called?
Scary stories to tell them.
That! Scary movies? That doesn't
Yeah,
make
scary.
sense. You're right. We're going to the movie Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark because I've heard it's good and Guillermo del Toro's involved and we support all things Guillermo del Toro.
Always.
So, if you haven't watched his shows on Netflix, get on it. Troll Hunters and 3 Below. But yeah, that's the update. Alright guys, Readathon is over. I did some catching up on summer reads, which was the point of the Readathon. I don't even know if I completed any challenges. Honestly, I wasn't super focusing on them this week, so I think I completed the read a book larger than 300 pages at least. So there's that. But I wanted to, before I closed out this vlog, show you guys my copy of The Three Musketeers that I had mentioned because it's beautiful and I want to share. Nice copy. I found this at a bookstore in Austin and Texas, for those of you unfamiliar, and it's just so pretty, which obviously this is not what I'm reading from. I am reading from an audiobook, so, which I still haven't finished, but yeah, this is the really pretty nice copy. So it comes with a nice little ribbon for keeping your place and everything. But I hope you enjoyed this readathon. I didn't get as many B-roll clips as I wanted to this week, but such is life. I did read a lot. I didn't read quite as much as I wanted to. My typical goal with reading in a week is an hour a day during regular weeks, and readathon weeks would be 2 hours a day, and I fell very, very short of that during this readathon. I ended up reading for 7.5 hours total during this week instead of the 14. That would be the ideal, so we'll see how it goes next readathon. But I still read a lot more than I have in some past readathons, so I'm happy about that, and I had a good time. So thanks for joining me. Like, subscribe, do all those things that you're supposed to do on the YouTubes. If you liked this video and are interested in more videos by me, I will say it again, I'm trying to get back into a regular posting schedule, working on it, but I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!